Have you been thinking about making the move to Surprise, Arizona, but you don't want to live in North Surprise, you want to live where all the fun is? Well, in today's video, we're touring one of my favorite new build communities near Waddell and the 303. I'm going to pop up a map so you guys can see exactly where we're at today. This is near all the shopping that you could possibly think of. One of my places that I would definitely consider moving if I was thinking about living in Surprise. And another amazing feature about this community is there is options pretty much in every single price point. They have courtyard homes, they have homes at this level that we're going to be seeing today, which is kind of their not most affordable option, but one step up. They're also opening up another set of models in here that's going to be in between this one and their biggest set. And I'm going to do a tour of all of those. Today is going to be the first portion of that. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing that you're going to notice right behind me is their community center. This is an amazing feature, and I feel like so many of my clients are wanting it now that it is getting hot. As you guys can see, the sun is on me. I'm beating. It's already like almost 90 degrees, probably over 90 degrees. It was 100 yesterday, but you'll be able to enjoy this beautiful community pool. They have a playground that you can see. They have a half basketball court over here as well. And on the other portion of this community, which you'll have access to, is going to be pickleball, bocce ball, cornhole, a full basketball court, some green space and things along those lines. The HOA is $180 a month here, which is a little bit more pricey than I would normally say is like a good deal, but they do have front yard landscaping that is maintained by the HOA. So in all reality, to have a landscaper come in here and blow out the front yard is going to be at least 80 bucks anyways. So for only really $100, basically the HOA is free is what I'm saying. If you guys know me and know this channel, that is how I talk. So anyways, it's really super affordable when you think of all those costs that are going to be associated with it anyways. Here is what the front yards will actually look like. This is just the walking paths, but they all come standard with this cobblestone driveway, and they are all going to have the turf on them as well with a couple plants. It's not going to have this little fancy setup here, but you get the point. It's pretty similar to what you're seeing right now. So we're going to start off with this first home. We're actually starting biggest to smallest today. This one's 2,501 square feet. Starts at 501,900. They do not have any specs available of this. If you guys are unfamiliar with what a spec is, it would mean that it would be already started to be built, and they have most likely already picked out all the specifics in the property. So this one would have to be a new build if you decided to do it. They have the full design center here, so it'll take about 6 to 8 months if you pick the lot and go from there. Right when you walk in, you have this nice, pretty, beautiful hallway. You can see straight out to the back, and then you have your garage entry here. Let me see. Okay, they allow us to come in here. So here's what your garage is going to look like. Tankless hot water heater. All of the houses are going to come with a soft water loop. And this one does have an extra plug for it looks like an EV plug of some sort. And then on the left-hand side, you have storage. The doors are not super tall in here. Obviously, if you guys decide to build your property, I'll walk you through kind of some of the design features that maybe would be beneficial for you in the long run if you decided to sell your property. Here's your full bathroom. So even though this is a 2-story, they have a full bathroom downstairs, which is great. And then you have your front bedroom, really good sized bedroom. This is easily a queen with 2 larger nightstands. And then you have your standard closet. Coming back through the hallway, you are also going to have your storage underneath the stairs, which is great. Stairs, and then your living room, kitchen. Keep in mind, they of course do pretty good upgrades in these model homes. So this is going to cost you a pretty penny to get, you know, your cabinets all the way to the top, the nice upgraded LVP flooring, and things along those lines. But again, we walk through all of that. At Fulton Homes, they actually have the design center online. Partially, I guess. They have a design portal. So basically what you can do is you can go on their system and price out the entire home with exactly what you want. So a lot of the times builders don't always have that. I think Taylor Morrison has it, and that's pretty much it. Maybe 1 or 2 other places that'll allow you to do that, but it's really beneficial because how are you going to know if you want to buy that house if you don't know how much you're going to spend, right? Going to the design center, I was literally just at the design center maybe 2 days ago with a client, and it's pretty shocking sometimes. Of course, my clients were prepared, but still you don't know until you get there exactly what the pricing is going to be. So with the flooring, for example, they didn't want any carpet at all, and they wanted flooring, hard flooring throughout. So we were kind of debating on what type of flooring you wanted to get for like an upgraded wood-like tile in flooring throughout the entire house. That was going to run them right around $35,000, which is a lot. Of course, that depends on community, it depends on the square footage and things along those lines, but that's a lot of money for flooring. That's just flooring. So if your budget is, you don't want to go over a certain amount, you really have to be cautious of those kind of things. And then also I just want to show you guys kind of their standard features. If you want to press pause on this so you can read through all of the things. Some of the things I've already mentioned, but you're also going to have blinds on all the windows. You're going to have a ceiling fan kit, which is just the pre-wires, fancy word for pre-wire. Comes standard with 36-inch cabinets with the crown molding, 18-inch ceramic tiles. This is, of course, if you just keep things that are standard and you don't do any upgrades. Pre-plumb for the soft water that we talked about. Dual energy with pre-plumb for gas or electric. You have the garage door opener, pull-out kitchen faucet. Leveler style, you can read the rest if you guys press pause. Hopefully this is close enough. But point is they do have a lot of nice upgrades, but they really deck out the model. So you have the cafe appliances. This is gonna be a gourmet kitchen. Gas here, as you can see. This is a really pretty kitchen. I love it, and I love these pendant lights. So even like pendant lights, the pre-wires for this, that could be considered an upgrade as well. But this is a really nice floor plan. I've been to this community quite a few times because it's in one of my favorite areas next to the shopping off of the Waddell in the 303. And I will actually attach a video here at the very end if you want to see what the actual area looks like. That could be really useful for a lot of you guys. Let's check out the backyard. So the backyard lots are a little bit smaller, but they have actually put their models on their standard lot sizes. They have some options that are bigger, but this will give you a really good idea of what exactly this will look like. So you could still have space for a pool. I know it's kind of hard to envision right here with, how they've landscaped it, but if you remove all of this stuff, you could put a small pool back there. Your actual, what is this called? Can't think. Cinder block fence is going to go all the way across. You're not going to see anyone. Some of the lots are going to have this see-through view fencing. If you don't want that, that's totally fine. Some of them won't have them as well. So it just depends on which lot you decide on. But let's go ahead and head upstairs so you guys can see exactly what that looks like. And I don't think I mentioned, but this one does have 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, and then it has an open study. So I believe that bedroom downstairs that we saw first is going to be the converted open study. Headed up here, we have our nice big loft. I love the loft space. It's so good. And it's not too bad on sound. You guys have seen on this channel before where I say sometimes I don't love a loft that is open to the living space because of sound, but they're playing a TV and music down there and it's actually not too bad. So no problems there. On the left side of the loft, you have your laundry room. At Design Gallery, you'll have the option to kind of pick the different floorings. A lot of the times they'll allow you to do multiple different flooring. So this flooring right here, the carpet, that's an upgrade, but they've done different floorings like in the laundry room and in the bathrooms than they did in the bottom main house. You can decide if that works good for you. This is all an upgrade as well as the cabinets. Those shutters are upgrades as well. And then here's the setup for the washer dryer. It looks like it is pre-hooked up for a gas dryer if you guys decide to do that. Then you have linen closet, really deep, good for storage. And then you have your primary bedroom. Great size primary, plenty of space in here. They've done a really good job of keeping all the bedrooms nice sized. And then you have your bathroom, nice walk-in shower, super big, and it has shower head down there. And and a shower head right here. I'm sure that's considered an upgrade. And then you have your double sinks. They did the quartz countertops. Here is more storage space. And then here's the closet. I love that they did a window in the closet so it's not super dark. It's one thing I hate about my closet. Granted, I don't spend a lot of time in there, but it is kind of annoying to have a super dark closet space. Headed back through the loft and into the other bedrooms. So here we are on our next bedroom. Really, really good sized bedrooms. And if you don't see something that you really like or that would fit for your family, there are other floor plans, and then there's also different levels within this community. So if you really love the community, we should definitely consider taking a look at the other neighboring, they're still Fulton, but I guess the word would be collections. So they have their different collections. And then a different door for bathtub, toilet setup. Now we're gonna head over to the next model. We're gonna be going down in size. This was definitely the biggest one in this collection, but the collection next door has some really, really big houses. If you guys want me to do tours on that, don't forget to thumbs up this video and make sure you stick to the end so you guys can watch the surprise drive-through tour where I kind of go into the different shopping centers, if obviously who doesn't need to know about the shopping nearby. Okay, next model is going to be 1,668 square feet, but they have about 1, 2, 3 different floor plans in between the size of the first one we saw and this one. So again, if you're looking for a little bit smaller than the last one, but bigger than this one, just let me know and I can message you the different options. This one right here is 1,668 square feet. It is 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. And then it does have the option for a 4th bedroom. If you wanted to do a build on this one, it starts at $433,900. And I'll also mention they have some specs available, so I'll save that towards the end. When you walk in on the left-hand side, you have a study, but you could make this into a 4th bedroom essentially. And I think that's what they did on that previous one as well to make it 4 bedrooms. Here it would be the closet. Going through the hall, we have our kitchen, dining, and living. Some of you guys do not like this kind of style setup, but some of you love it. I personally like it a lot, but it is definitely smaller feeling. You guys let me know what you think down below. Here's your pantry. And then there's a look at the kitchen. Really good size island, which I love. And I really like the flooring in here too. And then you have your dining space. Off of the kitchen and dining, you have your laundry room and garage entry. This might be a little bit tight for some people. I know that's not everybody's favorite feature. I have that in my house and it definitely is not as luxurious, we'll say that. Coming in to this hallway, you have a linen closet. Then you have your 1st bedroom. They have this as like a little, I don't know, Fulton educational setup, talking about Fulton homes. And then you have another bedroom. So if you just keep the standard structural options, this will be your 2nd bedroom. Bathroom, only a single sink. If you guys have kids, that might not be ideal. Coming down here into our living space and primary bedroom. Oh, more storage, which is nice. Good size primary, perfect king, 2 nightstands, and a good dresser with plenty of walk space. If you're looking to do like a couch or something along those lines, this would be too small. And then we have our sinks, toilet, tub, shower combo. So they may have that as a structural option on the previous one. If you're like, oh, I really have to have a tub. A lot of the times just changing it to just a shower is considered an upgrade. So they probably do have the option for tubs on there. Let's check out the backyard. This one is a single story, so the lot has gotten a lot smaller compared to the previous one, and you will not have much space at all to add a pool. Granted, you do have the community pool here, so completely up to you. The bigger collection does have bigger lots, so if you would like something along those lines, that might work better for you. But let's head to the next one. Okay, and now we're heading to our last home option. This one's 1,500 square feet, 1,551 actually to be exact. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And this one starts at $422,900. So definitely the most affordable option. This is their sales office, so obviously it won't say Fulton Homes on the front. Well, it might say it, but not like that. Not as out front like that. Headed inside. The doors are most likely an upgrade too. It's gonna be just your standard plain front door. You guys can decide to do the upgrades at Design Gallery. This is a very popular floor plan, so I'd love to know what you guys think. In the front, standard little bedroom, not super big, standard walk-in closet. Then you have bathroom, walk-in shower. I'm sure that's an upgrade as well. Nice vanity, but only a single sink. Heading down this way, we have an open den space. This, I believe, is the 3rd bedroom. Let's see down this hall, I can't remember. Yeah, so that one would be transformed into being a bedroom. And then you have your beautiful kitchen. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom floor plan, this would be really, really nice. But the 3rd bedroom, you could have that option too. Really pretty kitchen. And then everything's just kind of all next to each other. So you have your dining space, couch, walk-in closet, pantry. That's what I mean. Perfect little spot for a coffee bar. And then you have this appliance setup is slightly different. So you're gonna have your microwave up top. And then this is just your standard oven on the bottom. And gas. And yeah, let's head to the primary bedroom. Okay, where am I? Here we are. Here's our laundry room. They did the extra cabinets here, cabinet here. You can opt to do a sink. All of these things cost money, of course. This is just storage, but it's locked. And then here's your primary bedroom. Still a really great size. Not enough to put a couch though. And then you have your toilet space, shower, double sinks, linen closet. They've done really, really a great job of doing a lot of storage in here because you don't really think about that sometimes. Here is the closet, decent sized closet. You could always add additional shelving. And I love how in the bathroom they have the option to do the double shower head. That's like, oh my gosh, I would love that if my house had that. It is a luxury, but it's a luxury I would like to have. Let's check out the backyard so you guys can see that. Similar setup, not a super big backyard. If you're looking for low maintenance, this would be a really good option for you. And I don't know if you guys can tell from over there, but actually the shopping is really like super, super close, 5 minutes away, less than 5 minutes, honestly. Like I mentioned, that's one of my favorite features about this area is it's so close to everything. Like you have your in and out, you have Home Depot, you have, what are they opening? They opened up a Safeway. I feel like they're opening up a Fry's or something around here. They have the Super Target, they have Starbucks. That was one of the things that was keeping me from this community for a little bit of time. But now that they just opened up that Starbucks, I think it's a really, really good contender. I actually just had a client not move into this community, but move in nearby. And we were talking about it because I just dropped off their gift before I came out here. And they're just so excited about this area because they do not have to go far. And they were saying at this point in their life, like they really just want that kind of luxury to not have to worry about going far. Like they don't want to go more than 10 minutes. This is even closer than that. So they're really, really excited about moving here. They're just visiting right now because they're making their official move in about a month. And then a couple other things I wanted to mention to you guys. If you decide to do a full build here, it's going to be about 6 to 8 months. They do have spec homes in this collection of the last one and this one, just not the 2-story. So this one, they have one for $481. They have another one for $470. And then they also have the McFadden, which was the previous one that we walked through. They have one available for $487 and then one for $502. They do have lender incentives, so they have about $15,000 on their quick move-ins and $10,000 towards their new build. It's not the best. I will be completely honest, you could get a way better deal, but you also have to think what's going to be most important for you, and not everybody is looking for the best deal possible. A lot of my clients are, but they also want to have a really good quality home and they want to love where they live. So with all of those things in mind, if you guys want me to do a tour of their bigger collection, I definitely can do that. And they also have a collection that's going to end you under $500 with all the upgrades. Those are going to be courtyard homes, so they don't have the full backyard. I'll post some of the videos of kind of like what the exterior looks like on those. They have the garage in the back, and then you drive through to get to your garage, kind of like a Verado thing. But those might work really good for somebody that does not want a big backyard and wants to keep it super low maintenance. Those are all 2 stories though, so keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions about making the move to Phoenix, Arizona, whether this community is good for you or any community here in the Phoenix Metro, I would love to assist you. Don't forget to subscribe. I post videos every Monday, 5 p.m., all about moving here. If you guys have suggestions on areas you want me to tour, whether it be a new home community like this, or you just want me to drive around and tell you my opinions, I'm definitely down to do either of those. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.